The 1980 Liberty Quarter Dollar coin begins like a quiet whisper from the past, a coin that once moved through ordinary hands in everyday transactions across the United States. At first glance, it may look like just another 25-cent piece, but collectors and treasure hunters know that some coins carry secrets far beyond their small size. Hidden among millions of ordinary pieces, a rare and exceptional 1980 Liberty Quarter has the potential to shock the world of collectors. For someone who unknowingly holds one of these extraordinary coins, it can feel like holding a tiny piece of history that could transform an ordinary life overnight. The design of the 1980 quarter features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the front, a symbol of leadership and the first president of the nation. This famous design comes from the long-running Washington Quarter series, a coin style that has been part of American currency since 1932. On the reverse side, a proud eagle spreads its wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, representing both strength and peace. Every detail of the coin was created with precision, making even a common example a beautiful piece of American minting history. In 1980, these quarters were struck at different mint facilities, including United States Mint locations in Philadelphia Mint and San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia usually carried no mint mark, while proof versions from San Francisco often feature the small s mint mark. Each mint produced coins with careful craftsmanship, but sometimes a small variation, minting mistake, or unusually perfect condition can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary rarity worth thousands or even more. What makes a 1980 Liberty Quarter truly valuable is not simply its age, but its rarity and condition. A coin that has survived decades without scratches fading or heavy circulation can reach astonishing values among collectors. When a coin appears almost untouched, with bright luster and sharp details, collectors call it a near-perfect specimen. In rare circumstances, such coins have become the crown jewel of a collector's cabinet, driving intense competition and pushing the price far beyond what most people imagine a quarter could ever be worth. Sometimes the real magic lies in minting errors. During the coin-making process, even the smallest mechanical misalignment can create unusual features such as double letters, off-center strikes, or missing design elements. These unexpected mistakes make the coin unique, almost like a fingerprint that exists nowhere else. When collectors discover such an error on a 1980 Liberty Quarter, the excitement spreads quickly through the numismatic community because these rare pieces can command astonishing prices. Another factor that fuels the value of these quarters is the passion of coin collectors themselves. Around the world, thousands of enthusiasts spend years searching through coin rolls, old collections, and forgotten jars, hoping to uncover a hidden gem. The thrill of discovery is what drives the market. A rare 1980 Liberty Quarter, found in exceptional condition, could spark bidding wars at auctions, pushing its value far higher than its original 25-cent face value. The metal composition of the 1980 quarter also adds to its story. While most circulating quarters of that era were made from a copper-nickel-clad mixture, collectors often refer to them as silver-style coins because of their bright appearance and connection to earlier silver quarters. This shiny metallic look gives the coin a timeless beauty, making it feel more valuable than its small denomination might suggest. When preserved carefully, the coin's luster can remain almost as brilliant as the day it left the mint. Over time, certain high-grade examples of the 1980 Liberty Quarter have captured the attention of collectors and investors. When a coin reaches extremely high grading levels, sometimes described as mint state perfection, its rarity increases dramatically. Coins graded at the highest levels are extremely scarce because most coins from circulation have already been worn down by decades of use. That scarcity is what pushes the value upward in the collector's marketplace. Imagine opening an old coin jar or inherited collection and spotting a bright 1980 quarter that looks almost untouched. At that moment, curiosity begins to grow. Could this ordinary-looking coin actually be something special? Many people around the world have experienced that moment of discovery, realizing that the smallest objects can sometimes carry unexpected value and history hidden within their metal surfaces. Professional grading and authentication can reveal the true potential of such a coin. Experts carefully examine every detail, from the sharpness of the design to the presence of mint marks or rare varieties. Once officially graded and certified, the coin becomes part of the global collector's market. A rare specimen with exceptional quality may attract attention from serious collectors who are willing to pay extraordinary prices for the privilege of owning it. Stories of valuable coins often travel quickly, inspiring thousands of people to check their own change. While not every 1980 Liberty quarter will be worth a fortune, the possibility alone keeps the excitement alive. Every coin carries a small piece of history, and sometimes that history becomes far more valuable than anyone expected when the coin was first minted decades ago. The fascinating thing about coin collecting is that value can rise dramatically over time. What once seemed like an ordinary pocket coin can become a prized collectible as years pass and fewer pristine examples remain. As collectors search for the best surviving specimens, the demand for high-quality coins continues to grow, turning small pieces of metal into significant treasures. For someone who unknowingly possesses a rare 1980 Liberty quarter, patience can be incredibly important. Selling a coin without understanding its rarity might mean losing out on a much greater reward. Collectors often advise researching the coin carefully, examining its details, and seeking expert opinions before making any decision. A simple quarter could potentially surprise its owner with a value far beyond expectations. In the end, the 1980 Liberty $quarter coin stands as a reminder that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places. A coin once used by a simple item decades ago could now represent history, craftsmanship, and collector passion all at once. Whether with a few cents or a remarkable fortune, the story of this small coin continues to inspire curiosity, proving that sometimes the smallest objects hold the most fascinating secrets. The story of the 1987 Liberty $quarter begins with a simple coin that most people once treated as ordinary pocket change. Yet within the fascinating world of coin collecting, even a humble 25-cent piece can become a treasure worth far more than its face value. The quarter, carrying the graceful image of George Washington on the front, represents a powerful symbol of American history, freedom, and legacy. While millions were minted in 1987, a few rare examples have captured the attention of collectors around the world because of their exceptional condition, unusual minting characteristics, and historical importance. In 1987, the United States continued producing the famous Washington Quarter series that first appeared in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. These coins were struck by the historic United States Mint, an institution responsible for producing American currency for more than 2 centuries. The 1987 quarters were minted primarily at 2 major facilities, Philadelphia Mint and San Francisco Mint. Coins from Philadelphia usually carry the P Mint mark, while San Francisco coins are often proof versions marked with an S. At first glance, the 1987 quarter may appear like any other coin. The obverse shows a powerful portrait of George Washington with the word Liberty boldly engraved above his head, representing the ideals upon which the United States was built. The reverse design features a proud eagle spreading its wings, clutching arrows and olive branches as symbols of strength and peace. This classic design became one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. What makes certain 1987 quarters truly extraordinary is not their everyday appearance, but their rarity in pristine condition. In the world of numismatics, coins that remain untouched, perfectly preserved, and graded at the highest levels can become incredibly valuable. Collectors search tirelessly for examples that look almost exactly as they did the moment they left the presses of the United States Mint. When such a coin surfaces, it can create excitement across the collector community. Another factor that increases the value of some 1987 quarters is the presence of minting errors. During the production process, slight mechanical mistakes can create unusual details, double strikes, off-center designs, or other rare imperfections. Ironically, these mistakes can transform an ordinary coin into a legendary collectible. A rare error on a 1987 quarter could dramatically increase its desirability among passionate collectors who constantly hunt for unique pieces. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are also highly sought after. Proof coins are specially struck using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets, giving them a mirror-like surface and extremely sharp details. These coins were never intended for everyday circulation and were usually sold in collector sets. because of their limited production and stunning appearance. The finest examples can command impressive prices. While most 1987 quarters are still worth their original face value, a small number preserved in perfect condition have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in specialized auctions. Professional grading services carefully examine each coin under magnification, assigning a grade that determines its value. Coins graded near perfection often become the stars of auction catalogs and collector showcases. The excitement surrounding these coins comes from the thrilling idea that a simple object once used to buy a snack or ride a bus could one day become a collector's prize. Many people unknowingly store old coins in jars, drawers, or piggy banks without realizing that one of them could hold hidden value. For collectors, searching through these forgotten coins feels like a modern treasure hunt. The 1987 quarter also holds a special place in American coin history because it was part of a transitional era before the introduction of new commemorative designs in later decades. At that time, the classic Washington design had already become a familiar symbol of everyday American life, appearing in millions of wallets and cash registers across the country. Collectors often examine tiny details on these coins: the sharpness of Washington's hair, the clarity of the lettering, and the brilliance of the metal surface. Even the smallest difference can determine whether a coin is considered ordinary or exceptionally valuable. This intense attention to detail is what makes coin collecting such a fascinating and rewarding hobby. Stories sometimes circulate claiming that certain rare coins can make someone instantly rich overnight. While these stories capture the imagination, the real value of a coin depends on rarity, condition, historical significance, and demand among collectors. Genuine high-grade examples of the 1987 quarter are valuable because of their scarcity in perfect condition, not simply because of the year printed on the coin. Nevertheless, the possibility of discovering a rare piece continues to inspire collectors around the world. Every time someone checks an old coin jar or examines pocket change, there's a small thrill of curiosity. Could this be the coin that collectors dream about? That sense of mystery is part of what keeps the hobby alive. The legacy of the 1987 Liberty Quarter reminds us that even everyday objects can carry hidden stories and unexpected value. A coin once worth only 25 cents might one day become a cherished collectible, admired for its beauty and history. Whether found in an old collection or passed down through generations, these coins represent a connection between the past and the present. So, if you ever come across a 1987 quarter, take a closer look before spending it casually. Examine its mint mark, condition, and details carefully. While most will remain ordinary currency, a rare and perfectly preserved example could surprise you with a value far beyond its small denomination. In the captivating world of coin collecting, sometimes the smallest treasures hold the biggest stories. Money bag sparkles. The story of the 1967 Washington quarter begins in a fascinating moment of American coin history. During the late 1960s, the United States was facing a major coin shortage, and the government made unusual decisions about how coins were produced. The 1967 Liberty-style $quarter coin carries the proud image of George Washington, a symbol of freedom, strength, and American heritage. To many people, it looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin, but collectors know that certain rare examples from this year can be extremely valuable. Hidden among millions of ordinary pieces could be a rare specimen capable of turning a simple pocket find into a life-changing discovery. What makes the 1967 quarter so mysterious is the fact that, unlike many other years, the coins are produced without visible mint marks. Normally, collectors look for marks such as P, D, or S to identify where a coin was made. But during this period, the United States Mint temporarily removed mint marks to discourage collectors from hoarding coins. Because of this, every 1967 quarter appears similar at first glance. Yet behind this simple design hides a world of rare varieties, special strikes, and unusual errors that can make certain coins incredibly desirable. The design itself is classic and instantly recognizable. On the front, the dignified portrait of George Washington faces left, representing leadership and independence. The word Liberty shines above his head, while the date 1967 rests below. On the reverse side, a majestic eagle spreads its wings above a bundle of arrows and olive branches, a symbol of power balanced with peace. This iconic design was created by the talented sculptor John Flanagan, whose work defined the look of the quarter for decades. Most 1967 quarters were struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition, rather than traditional silver. Just a couple years earlier, the United States ended regular silver coin production because the metal had become too expensive. However, a few special pieces and transitional examples related to the earlier silver era are rumored among collectors, and coins with unusual metallic composition or striking errors instantly become the center of attention in the numismatic world. Collectors often search for coins from special production known as special mint sets. These sets were created instead of traditional proof coins during the mid-1960s, and they were produced with extra care. A pristine 1967 quarter from a special mint set can have an almost mirror-like shine and incredibly sharp details. When preserved in perfect condition, these coins can command astonishing prices in auctions, sometimes reaching thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their grade. But the real excitement comes from rare minting errors. Imagine a coin struck slightly off-center, or one with a dramatic doubled image, where the design appears to be stamped twice. Some 1967 quarters also show die cracks, clipped edges, or unusual surfaces caused by mistakes during the minting process. While these imperfections might sound like flaws, in the world of collectors they can transform a simple coin into a prized treasure. Condition is another powerful factor that determines value. A coin that has spent decades in circulation may look worn and dull, but a perfectly preserved 1967 quarter can shine like it was minted yesterday. Professional grading services examine the tiniest details, from the sharpness of Washington's hair to the brilliance of the metal surface. Coins that receive the highest grades become elite collectibles sought after by passionate buyers around the world. Some collectors tell remarkable stories about rare quarters discovered in old jars, forgotten drawers, or inherited coin collections. A simple coin passed down through generations might quietly hold enormous value without anyone realizing it. That is why enthusiasts carefully inspect every 1967 quarter they find, hoping to uncover a hidden gem that could transform a small piece of change into a legendary collectible. The fascination with this coin is also tied to the dramatic era in which it was minted. The year 1967 was a time of cultural change, technological advancement, and shifting economic realities in the United States. Coins from that period reflect the challenges of the time, including the transition away from silver and the government's effort to stabilize the nation's coin supply. Because mint marks were removed during those years, identifying rare variations requires sharp eyes and deep knowledge. Experts study subtle differences in strike quality, die patterns, and surface textures. Sometimes the smallest detail, barely visible to the naked eye, can mean the difference between a common coin and a highly valuable rarity. When rare versions of the 1967 quarter appear in major auctions, the excitement among collectors becomes intense. Bidders compete fiercely for coins with exceptional grades or dramatic mint errors. In the most remarkable cases, prices can soar far beyond the face value of 25 cents, proving that even an ordinary coin can carry extraordinary potential. The world of coin collecting thrives on the thrill of discovery. Every time someone checks their pocket change or opens an old coin box, there's a tiny spark of possibility. Could that simple quarter be one of the rare pieces that collectors dream about? Could it be the coin that turns curiosity into fortune? For this reason, experts often advise people never dismiss old coins too quickly. A 1967 quarter may appear ordinary, but if it has unusual features or exceptional preservation, it might be far more valuable than expected. Careful examination and professional evaluation can reveal secrets hidden in plain sight. In the end, the legend of the 1967 Washington quarter reminds us that treasure does not always come in the form of gold bars or diamonds. Sometimes it hides in the smallest everyday objects, waiting for someone curious enough to notice. A single coin, overlooked by millions, might hold a story of rarity, history, and unexpected fortune. Proof that even a humble quarter can capture the imagination of collectors and dreamers alike. Moneybag sparkles. The story of a 1973 Liberty $quarter coin from the United States is one that excites collectors and treasure hunters all around the world. At first glance, This small 25-cent coin may look ordinary, something you might find forgotten in an old jar or hidden deep inside a dusty drawer. But for experienced collectors, the 1973 quarter carries a mysterious charm and the thrilling possibility that a simple coin could hold an astonishing value. Many people do not realize that certain rare examples of this coin can attract serious attention in the collector's market. The coin belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series, which features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design shows Washington facing left on the front of the coin, while the reverse displays a powerful eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches. This iconic design symbolizes strength, peace, and the enduring spirit of America, making the quarter not only a piece of currency, but also a small work of art. In 1973, these quarters were struck at different facilities of the United States Mint. The most common mint marks you may find on these coins are P for Philadelphia Mint and S for San Francisco Mint. Each mint produced coins with slight differences in quality, finish, and rarity. While millions were made, only a tiny number survived in extraordinary condition or with unusual minting characteristics that make them extremely desirable among collectors. What truly transforms an ordinary 1973 quarter into an extraordinary treasure is the presence of rare minting errors or exceptional preservation. Some collectors search for coins with unusual die varieties, double designs, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. When such rare features appear on a 1973 quarter, the value can rise dramatically because collectors are willing to compete fiercely to own a piece of minting history. Another factor that can push the value of a 1973 quarter into astonishing territory is its condition. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services are incredibly rare. A coin that looks almost exactly as it did the moment it left the mint, bright, sharp, and untouched, can command prices far beyond its face value. For collectors, perfection is priceless, and even a tiny difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars. Some special 1973 coins from the San Francisco Mint were produced as proof coins. These proof quarters were made using specially polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like background and frosted design details. Proof coins were originally intended for collectors, but even among them, only the most flawless examples gain legendary status in the coin-collecting world. Stories sometimes circulate about certain rare quarters selling for enormous amounts at auctions. While not every 1973 quarter will reach such extraordinary prices, a rare specimen with exceptional quality or unusual features can surprise collectors with its value. This is why many people carefully examine their pocket change, hoping to discover a hidden gem that others have overlooked. Collectors also look closely at the tiny details of the coin. The sharpness of Washington's hair, the strength of the eagle's feathers, and the clarity of the lettering all play an important role in determining value. A coin that has avoided scratches, fading, and heavy circulation becomes far more desirable to serious numismatists. Over the decades, interest in rare American coins has grown dramatically. Auctions and private collectors have created a competitive market where unique coins can achieve remarkable prices. The thrill of possibly finding a valuable coin in an everyday collection keeps the excitement alive for hobbyists and investors alike. The fascination with the 1973 quarter also comes from the idea that valuable treasures can sometimes hide in plain sight. Many people once spent these coins without a second thought, unaware that certain rare examples might one day become prized collectibles. Today, collectors search through old coin rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten containers hoping to uncover a rare survivor. Because of this possibility, experts often advise people not to rush when they find an older coin. Careful inspection and professional grading can reveal details that dramatically change the coin's value. A coin that appears ordinary might actually possess rare characteristics that only specialists can identify. The dream of discovering a rare coin that could change someone's financial future adds another layer of excitement to coin collecting. While becoming an overnight billionaire from a single coin is extremely unlikely, the idea fuels curiosity and motivates collectors to keep searching. For those who own a 1973 quarter, the best approach is to store it safely and examine it carefully. If the coin looks unusually sharp, shiny, or different from others, it may be worth showing to a professional coin dealer or grading service. Proper evaluation can reveal whether the coin is simply common or a rare collectible worth far more than 25 cents. In the end, the 1973 Liberty Quarter is more than just a small piece of metal. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery, whether worth a few cents or potentially much more. Each coin carries a story from the past, reminding collectors that sometimes the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary possibilities. The year 2000 marked the powerful debut of the golden-colored Sacagawea Dollar, officially known as the Sacagawea Dollar. When it first appeared, many people admired its warm glow and unique design, but few imagined that certain rare versions of this coin would become some of the most talked-about modern treasures in American numismatics. What looks like an ordinary dollar at first glance can, under the right circumstances, turn into a coin worth thousands, and in extremely rare cases, far more. The Sacagawea Dollar was introduced to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony Dollar, and to celebrate Sacagawea, the courageous Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition. The obverse of the coin features a graceful portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste. The reverse of the original 2000 issue displays a soaring eagle encircled by stars. Though the coin has a golden appearance, it is not made of solid gold or silver. It is struck from a manganese brass-clad composition over a copper core. That golden shine, however, often leads to confusion and excitement. Now here is where the mystery deepens. While millions of 2000 Sacagawea dollars were minted for circulation, a tiny number were struck with unusual features, errors, or experimental finishes. These rare varieties are the ones that can command astonishing prices. The most famous among them is the so-called Cheerios Sacagawea Dollar. A limited number of these coins were placed inside Cheerios cereal boxes as part of a promotional campaign before the official release. What makes certain Cheerios dollars extraordinary is a special reverse design with enhanced eagle tail feathers. Collectors discovered that some of these promotional coins have sharper, more detailed tail feathers than regular circulation strikes. This subtle difference transformed an ordinary dollar into a modern legend. In high mint state grades, authentic Cheerios Sacagawea dollars have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The rarity, the story, and the condition all combine to create explosive value. Another captivating rarity from 2000 is the mule error coin. A mule error happens when two mismatched dies are accidentally paired together. In this case, a Sacagawea obverse was mistakenly combined with the reverse of a state quarter. The result is one of the most dramatic mint errors in modern U.S. coinage. Only a very small number of these mule errors are known to exist, and when they appear at major auctions, they can sell for six-figure amounts. These are the kinds of coins that truly change financial destinies. However, it is important to understand that not every 2000 Sacagawea dollar is worth a fortune. The vast majority remain worth only face value or slightly more, especially if they show signs of circulation. Value in the coin world is driven by rarity, demand, and condition. A heavily worn coin pulled from pocket change will not carry the same magic as a pristine specimen graded MS 68 or higher by a professional grading service. Condition plays a massive role in price. Coins that remain untouched, with blazing luster and no visible marks, can achieve extraordinary grades. The difference between MS 65 and MS 68 might look tiny to the untrained eye, but in the marketplace, that small jump can multiply value dramatically. Collectors compete fiercely for the finest known examples, and competition fuels record-breaking sales. The excitement surrounding the 2000 Sacagawea dollar also comes from its symbolism. It represents a turning point in U.S. coin design and honors a historical figure whose bravery and intelligence shaped American exploration. Owning a rare version of this coin feels like holding a piece of living history, an artifact that blends art, culture, and financial potential into one small golden disc. There have been rumors and exaggerated stories claiming that every 2000 Sacagawea dollar is secretly worth millions. While those claims capture attention and spark dreams, reality is more grounded. Only specific, authenticated rare varieties reach extraordinary values. The coin must be verified by experts, especially in cases of errors or promotional strikes. Authentication is crucial because the marketplace includes altered coins and misleading listings. Professional grading services encapsulate genuine coins in protective holders and assign official grades. This process protects both buyers and sellers and ensures that a rare coin's value is backed by expert valuation rather than speculation. The most dramatic sales often occur at high-profile coin auctions, where wealthy collectors and investors compete. When two determined bidders battle for a rare mule error or a top-grade Cheerios dollar, prices can skyrocket. In such moments, a small $1 coin becomes a center of intense excitement and financial power. It is also fascinating that modern coins like the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar can reach such heights. Traditionally, collectors focus on 19th century rarities, but modern mint errors and special varieties have carved out their own place in the spotlight. This shift proves that treasure is not limited to ancient times. Sometimes it is hiding in plain sight. If someone believes they have a valuable 2000 Sacagawea Dollar, the first step is careful examination. Details such as the eagle's tail feathers, unusual die pairings, or striking anomalies must be checked closely. Even then, confirmation from a reputable grading authority is essential before assuming life-changing value. While the phrase "become a billionaire overnight" captures imagination, true coin wealth usually comes from knowledge, patience, and careful collecting. Those who study mint records, varieties, and grading standards place themselves in a stronger position to recognize opportunity when it appears. The emotional side of coin collecting is just as powerful as the financial side. Discovering a rare coin in an old drawer or inherited collection can create unforgettable excitement. The possibility that a simple dollar might carry extraordinary worth is what keeps collectors searching year after year. The golden glow of the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar continues to attract new collectors even today. Its design remains elegant, and its story remains compelling. Though most examples are common, the rare varieties ensure that this coin will always hold a special place in modern numismatic history. It is wise never to sell any potentially rare coin without proper research. A quick sale at face value or a small premium could mean losing out on significant profit. Education is a collector's greatest weapon, and understanding the differences between common and rare varieties can protect your fortune. The market for rare coins can fluctuate based on economic conditions and collector interest. However, truly rare pieces with documented scarcity tend to maintain strong demand. The combination of low population and strong historical narrative creates lasting appeal. In the end, the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar is AR. The 2004 Liberty Sacagawea $1 coin is one of those modern coins that sparks imagination the moment you hear about it. Many collectors dream that somewhere in their pocket change lies a hidden treasure worth millions. The truth is fascinating, dramatic, and far more powerful than fantasy. While stories circulate about overnight billionaires, the real value of a 2004 Sacagawea Dollar depends entirely on rarity, condition, mint errors, and collector demand. The Sacagawea Dollar was first introduced in the year 2000 to honor the Shoshone woman who guided the Lewis and Clark expedition. Designed with a golden appearance, this coin is often mistaken for gold or silver, but is actually made of a manganese brass-clad composition over a copper core. The 2004 issue continues this legacy with the same iconic portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son. The obverse of the coin features Sacagawea and her child, designed by sculptor Glenna Gooddacker, while the reverse displays a soaring eagle created by Thomas D. Rogers Sr. in 2004. These coins were minted primarily in Philadelphia and Denver, with special collector versions struck in San Francisco. Each mint mark plays a crucial role in determining potential value. Now, let's address the powerful claim that a 2004 Sacagawea coin can be worth millions. In ordinary circulated condition, most 2004 Sacagawea dollars are worth only face value, $1. Even in uncirculated mint state, many examples trade for just a few dollars. The dream of instant billions simply does not apply to standard coins pulled from circulation. However, there is excitement when it comes to rare mint errors. Error coins can dramatically increase value. For example, if a 2004 Sacagawea Dollar were struck off-center, double-struck, or minted with a dramatic die crack, collectors might pay significantly more. The rarer and more visually striking the error, the stronger the demand. Condition is everything in the coin world. A coin graded MS-67 or higher by a professional grading service can command premium prices compared to an average circulated piece. The difference between a scratch pocket coin and a flawless mint state coin can mean the difference between $1 and potentially hundreds of dollars. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are specially struck for collectors with mirror-like surfaces. While beautiful and collectible, even these proof coins typically sell for modest premiums, unless they are in perfect condition or part of a rare error batch. Some Sacagawea dollars in other years gain attention due to unusual variations, such as the famous Cheerios reverse variety from 2000. That rare version became highly valuable because of a unique eagle tail feather design. However, no similar widely recognized million-dollar variety exists for the 2004 issue. The phrase silver coin is often used in viral stories, but the 2004 Sacagawea dollar is not silver. It contains no precious silver content. Its golden color can create confusion, leading people to believe they are holding something made of gold or silver, but its value comes from collectability, not metal content. Market demand drives price. If collectors suddenly develop intense interest in a specific die variety or limited mintage, values can rise. Yet such growth is usually gradual and based on verified rarity, not rumors. Serious collectors rely on auction results and grading certifications rather than sensational headlines. Auction houses occasionally showcase modern dollar coins in high grade selling for impressive amounts, sometimes hundreds or even a few $1,000s. But these examples are exceptional cases involving near-perfect condition combined with strong collector demand. If you believe you have a rare 2004 Sacagawea dollar, the first step is careful examination. Look for unusual features, doubling the lettering, misaligned strikes, or other visible anomalies. Even then, professional grading is necessary to confirm authenticity and condition. Storage plays a crucial role in preserving value. Coins kept in protective holders, away from moisture and scratches, maintain their quality. A coin that remains pristine for decades has a much better chance of gaining value than one tossed into a drawer. The idea of becoming a billionaire overnight from a 2004 Sacagawea dollar is captivating storytelling. While it fuels excitement, realistic expectations are essential. The coin market rewards rarity, authenticity, and patience, not myths. That said, collecting Sacagawea dollars can still be rewarding. Completing a data and mint set from 2000 onward provides both historical enjoyment and the thrill of the hunt. Every coin tells a story about modern American minting. The historical significance of honoring Sacagawea adds cultural depth. She symbolizes courage, exploration, and resilience. Holding the coin connects collectors to an important chapter in American history, which adds sentimental value beyond money. In rare circumstances, dramatic mint errors discovered years later can surprise the numismatic world. Such discoveries keep hope alive among collectors. But those cases are extremely limited and well documented when they occur. If you truly want to evaluate your coin's potential, compare it with certified examples from reputable grading services. Authentic grading labels provide credibility in the marketplace and protect buyers and sellers alike. Ultimately, the 2004 Sacagawea dollar is not a hidden silver treasure worth millions in ordinary condition. Its power lies in its design, symbolism, and the possibility, however small, of rare mint errors or exceptional grades, increasing its value. So before spending your 2004 Sacagawea dollar, examine it carefully, appreciate its artistry, and understand its real market potential. While it may not transform you into a billionaire overnight, it can still be a meaningful and collectible piece of modern coinage history. When people hear about a Liberty Sacagawea $1 coin from 1982 worth millions, their imagination immediately catches fire. The idea of a single coin hiding in a drawer, capable of transforming an ordinary life into unimaginable wealth overnight, is thrilling. But before excitement runs too far, it's important to understand something surprising and powerful. There was no Sacagawea dollar coin minted in 1982. That fact alone makes the concept fascinating, because it shifts the story from treasure hunting to understanding history. The Sacagawea dollar was first introduced in the year 2000, not 1982. It was created to honor Sacagawea, the Native American woman, who played a vital role in guiding the Lewis and Clark expedition across the American frontier. Her image appears carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, symbolizing strength, courage, and contribution to American history. So when someone claims to have a 1982 Sacagawea dollar, it instantly becomes a conversation about misunderstanding, fantasy, or possibly a privately altered piece. In 1982, the United States Mint was producing entirely different coins. That era was marked by coins such as the Susan B., Anthony dollar, and various Lincoln cents and Jefferson nickels. The Sacagawea design simply did not exist at that time. Therefore, a genuine 1982 Sacagawea dollar cannot exist in official mint records. This truth is not meant to crush dreams but to clarify reality. However, collectors often dream about what if scenarios. What if a rare experimental pattern coin had been secretly struck years earlier? What if a mint error combined designs from different eras? In the world of numismatics, pattern coins and mint errors can indeed reach incredible values, sometimes hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. But such coins are documented, authenticated, and carefully recorded by professional grading services. The Sacagawea dollar itself, introduced in 2000, was part of a bold new design era. It replaced the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar with a golden-colored manganese brass coin that looked different from quarters and nickels. Although it is often called golden, it contains no actual gold or silver. It is made from a copper core with manganese brass outer layers. That means even the real Sacagawea dollars are not silver coins. If someone is claiming to own a silver Sacagawea dollar from 1982, that raises even more questions. Sacagawea dollars were never struck in silver for circulation. There were special collector versions in burnished or proof finishes, but they still were not traditional silver bullion coins. Any 1982 silver Sacagawea piece would almost certainly be altered, plated, or entirely fictional. Stories about coins being worth millions often spread through dramatic online videos and exaggerated headlines. These stories use powerful words like hidden treasure, rare error, or million-dollar coin to capture attention. While it is true that certain rare coins have sold for millions, those coins are historically documented rarities, not everyday circulation pieces from impossible dates. For example, some extremely rare American coins, such as certain early 20th century gold coins, have reached multi-million-dollar auction prices. But these are famous, authenticated rarities known to the numismatic community. They are not mystery coins suddenly discovered in pocket change without any historical record. It is important to understand the difference between rarity and rumor. A coin becomes valuable because it is scarce, historically important, in high demand, and verified by experts. A coin does not become valuable simply because someone claims it is rare on social media. Real collectors depend on grading companies, auction records, and official mint documentation. If you truly believe you have something unusual, the first step is professional authentication. Organizations such as major coin grading services can examine metal composition, strike characteristics, weight, and design details. They can determine if a coin is genuine, altered, or counterfeit. Without this process, no serious buyer will consider paying large sums. The dream of becoming a billionaire overnight because of one coin is emotionally powerful. It represents hope, luck, and sudden destiny. But in reality, wealth in coin collecting usually comes from knowledge, patience, and long-term investment in historically significant pieces. Quick riches are rare, and verified rarity is the key factor. The Sacagawea dollar series itself does contain interesting varieties. Some 2,000 coins struck on special planchets or with mule errors, where two mismatched dies were used, have sold for significant amounts. These are rare documented mistakes that collectors actively search for. But again, these are from the year 2000 and beyond, not 1982. Understanding history protects collectors from disappointment. When you know that the Sacagawea dollar did not exist in 1982, you avoid being misled by dramatic claims. Knowledge is more powerful than hype. It keeps you grounded and focused on genuine opportunities instead of chasing myths. That does not mean coin collecting is boring. On the contrary, it is filled with stories of discovery, historical artistry, and real treasures. Many people have found valuable coins in inherited collections, estate sales, or forgotten boxes. But those coins were real historical issues, not impossible combinations of dates and designs. If someone offered to buy your supposed 1982 Sacagawea dollar for a high price, caution would be wise. Counterfeit markets exist, and misinformation spreads quickly. Protect yourself by consulting certified dealers or reputable auction houses before believing extraordinary promises. The emotional excitement around rare coins is understandable. Holding a piece of metal that traveled through history connects you to past generations. A coin can symbolize exploration, political change, or national pride. The Sacagawea design, with its tribute to Native American heritage, carries meaningful symbolism. But the key truth remains steady. There is no official 1982 Liberty Sacagawea $1 coin. Therefore, it cannot secretly be a multi-million-dollar silver treasure waiting to transform someone into a billionaire overnight. That specific scenario belongs to imagination, not mint history. If your goal is to build real value through coin collecting, focus on learning about authentic rare issues, understanding grading standards, and studying market demand. Knowledge creates opportunity far more reliably than rumors do. In the end, the most powerful treasure in the coin world is not fantasy wealth, but informed awareness. When you combine curiosity with historical facts, you become a smarter collector. And while the dream of $1 million coin is thrilling, the reality of understanding numismatic history is far more rewarding and far more powerful.